Shahada. The Shahada is the first and most fundamental pillar, a simple declaration that transforms someone into a Muslim. The Arabic phrase is Ashhadu an la ilaha illa Allah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, which translates to I bear witness that there is no God but God, and I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of God. This testimony has two parts. The first rejects all forms of polytheism and affirms absolute monotheism, called Tawheed, while the second recognizes Muhammad as the final prophet in a line that includes Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. To convert to Islam, a person need only recite this declaration with sincere conviction and understanding, ideally with two Muslim witnesses present. The Shahada appears everywhere in Islamic life. It's whispered into a newborn's ear as their first words, recited during each of the 5 daily prayers, inscribed on the Saudi Arabian flag in white script against green fabric, and carved into mosque walls in beautiful Arabic calligraphy. Muslims strive to make it their final words before death. The call to prayer, or adhan, which echoes from mosques 5 times daily, proclaims this declaration to entire neighborhoods. Its brevity makes Islam remarkably accessible. Anyone can become Muslim by sincerely speaking fewer than 20 words. Salat. Salat is the second pillar, requiring Muslims to pray 5 times daily at prescribed moments that follow the sun's movement across the sky. The 5 prayers are Fajr at dawn, Dhuhr at midday, Asr in the afternoon, Maghrib at sunset, and Isha at night. Each prayer involves specific physical movements: standing, bowing, prostrating with forehead touching the ground, and sitting. Before praying, Muslims must perform wudu, a ritual washing of the hands, face, arms, and feet with water to achieve purification. During prayer, Muslims must face the Kaaba in Mecca, a direction called the Qibla, which smartphone apps and mosque mihrabs now indicate from anywhere on earth. Each prayer consists of units called rakats. Fajr has 2, Dhuhr has 4, Asr has 4, Maghrib has 3, and Isha has 4. Every prayer includes recitation of Al-Fatiha, the Quran's opening chapter, plus additional verses. The entire process takes 5 to 10 minutes per prayer, totaling roughly 30 to 50 minutes daily. The adhan, or call to prayer, announces each prayer time from mosque minarets or speakers, reminding Muslims to pause their activities. Prayers can be performed individually, anywhere clean, often on a prayer rug, or in congregation at a mosque, with Friday's Jumu'ah prayer being a communal obligation for men. Islamic law provides exemptions for travelers, the sick, and those facing genuine hardship. Zakat. Zakat is the third pillar, a mandatory annual charitable payment that purifies a Muslim's wealth and redistributes resources to those in need. Unlike voluntary charity called sadaqah, zakat is obligatory, functioning almost like a religious tax with specific rules about who pays and who receives. The standard rate is 2.5% of accumulated wealth that has been held for 1 full lunar year, but this only applies if your savings exceed the nisab, a minimum threshold equivalent to approximately 3 ounces of gold or 21 ounces of silver. The Quran specifies 8 categories of people eligible to receive zakat: the poor, the needy, those who administer zakat collection, those whose hearts are being reconciled to Islam, those in bondage or slavery, those in debt, those working in God's cause, and travelers in need. This is mentioned explicitly in Quran 960. Zakat applies to different types of wealth at varying rates. Cash, gold, and silver are taxed at 2.5%, while agricultural produce is taxed at 5 to 10%, depending on whether the land requires irrigation. You cannot give zakat to your own parents, children, or spouse, as you're already obligated to support them. In some Muslim-majority countries, governments collect zakat officially, while in others it remains an individual responsibility, often paid during Ramadan when charitable giving increases across the community. Psalm. Psalm is the 4th pillar, requiring all able Muslims to fast from dawn until sunset throughout Ramadan, the 9th month of the Islamic lunar calendar. The fast is total. No food, no water, no smoking, and no sexual relations during daylight hours for 29 or 30 consecutive days. Each day, the fast begins at Fajr, the moment when you can distinguish a white thread from a black thread in the natural light, and ends at Maghrib when the sun sets. Muslims often break their fast with dates and water, following the Prophet Muhammad's reported tradition, in a meal called iftar that brings families and communities together. Before dawn, many eat suhoor, a pre-fast meal that provides energy for the day ahead. During the night hours, Muslims pray special Tarawih prayers at mosques, often reciting the entire Quran over the month. Because Islam follows a lunar calendar that's about 11 days shorter than the solar year, Ramadan shifts earlier each year, meaning Muslims experience it during different seasons throughout their lives. In equatorial regions, fasting might last 11 to 12 hours, while Muslims in northern locations can face fasts exceeding 20 hours during summer months. The month concludes with Eid al-Fitr, a 3-day celebration. Islamic law exempts travelers, the sick, the elderly, pregnant women, nursing mothers, and menstruating women from fasting, though they must make up missed days later, or, if permanently unable, feed one poor person for each day missed. Hajj. Hajj is the fifth pillar, a pilgrimage to Mecca required once in every Muslim's lifetime if they are physically and financially capable. This journey must occur during specific days of Dhul Hijjah, the 12th Islamic month, drawing approximately 2 to 3 million Muslims annually to Saudi Arabia for what becomes the world's largest religious gathering. The pilgrimage involves a series of rituals performed over 5 to 6 days at multiple sacred sites. Pilgrims enter a state of spiritual purity called ihram, with men wearing 2 simple white unstitched cloths and women wearing modest clothing, symbolizing equality before God regardless of wealth or status. The key rituals include tawaf, circling the Kaaba 7 times counterclockwise, sa'i, walking 7 times between the hills of Safa and Marwa, standing in prayer at Mount Arafat on the 9th day of Dhul Hijjah, which is considered the most crucial ritual that cannot be missed, stoning 3 pillars at Mina that represent Satan's temptations, and performing an animal sacrifice. The Kaaba itself is a cube-shaped structure approximately 13.1 meters high, covered in a black silk cloth embroidered with gold Quranic verses called the Kiswa, which is replaced annually. Completing Hajj earns Muslims the honorary title Haji, and many describe the experience as the spiritual peak of their lives. The pilgrimage costs vary widely, from $5,000 to $15,000 depending on the pilgrim's country of origin and chosen accommodations, and Saudi Arabia manages the massive crowds by issuing limited visas distributed by country quotas. If you want to see more, click the video on screen now.